Yeah, good morning, guys, from here. I think we are live on YouTube now. We are live on YouTube right now. So, guys, please go to the YouTube channel if you can and join us there because we are trying to save early Monica, Michael. We are trying to save our this thing. Guys on YouTube, yeah, who is there? Say hi, let me know you are there. Greetings, everyone. May this new working week bring us favor and greatness. May we find whatever we are looking for. David Obilo, good morning. Thank you for joining. Please like the video on YouTube and help me share across the social media platform. No time. We don't want to be losing our works here. We don't want to be putting our works here where it will just go in vain. It's not proper. If we must tell ourselves the truth. So, guys, I was watching our brother yesterday, Mayagun, black man. Good morning. Mayagun yesterday when he was broadcasting. I think I need to shift this thing a bit forward. Yeah, while he was broadcasting yesterday, and he was talking about referendum in Nigeria and breakup of the country, possibly. But let's tell ourselves the truth. Nigeria is still getting loans, right? Now ask yourself this. If there is any threat to Nigeria's unity, this first unity we are living in, if there is any threat to it, do you think all these European and American companies will be giving the country loans? And make no mistake about it, the World Bank and IMF are just companies. They are not what they told you they are. They are companies. They are privately owned. Okay, if they are not privately owned, tell me the country that owns it. You think it's the United Nations? Is it the World Bank? They just gave it the name World Bank. It's just like the U.S. Federal Reserve. You have U.S. Federal Reserve. You think it's owned by the U.S. federal government. I mean, the people that print the U.S. dollars. Forget what they wrote in the name. Go behind the name and do your own investigation. Do your own investigation. That's how you know who owns who owns what, and who controls what. So if the breakup of Nigeria is imminent, if it's going to happen, why would they be giving Nigeria loans? That loan is nothing other than the request button is not here, my brother. They don't give us the request button yet. Just ask yourself, who will pay back those loans? Are they willing to risk asking multiple countries to give them the money they gave to a defunct country? Okay, Bank of International Settlement may come in. Now, who owns the Bank of International Settlement? The same people that own the IMF and the World Bank. The same people own everything. Now, they keep on piling loans and loans and loans on these people. And what they call loans is just, they will just print your own money and give to you. The Central Bank of Nigeria don't have any right to print a dime, a paper, money, not one sheet, not one piece of paper without the getting authorization from these people. Go and check it. You think your CBN governor controls anything? You think so? Your finance ministers are selected not by your president. They will just give your president people to select from. Just like your CBN governor, they will always put someone who will protect their interest there, because that money, that currency is not money, it's currency. That's why it flows every time. Today is up, today is down, the next day is down. And currencies seem to be flowing to one direction, which is downhill every now and then. What are these loans they are giving to you people? Some people are saying that China is colonizing Africa by building projects that we can't pay for. At least they are building something. But these people, all that money, where do you think that money will go to? they will give it to your politician and every other person involved in the corridor of power, and those people will still send those money back to Switzerland, back to London, back to New York, in the Cayman Islands, all these places. The money will still go back there. Now, how do you pay them back? You have to give them access to your resources. What they are buying is access to your resources to keep maintaining what they are doing in your country. And at a time, they are giving you these loans. Now, ask yourself, is Nigeria a credit-worthy country? A credit-worthy country? An ordinary person will say no. If you watch the news, you will think that all Nigerians are scam artists. But ask yourself, why is it that a country like, let's say, a country like Burundi will find it difficult to access loans from the IMF and World Bank, but somehow Nigeria goes there and collects money like this? Very easily, so easily, they will take the money and go. How do you think that became possible? Why do you think it's like that? It's because those people expect to take your resources. And if your country dares to tell them otherwise, they will remove your president. And let me tell you something, guys. Before these people support the breakup of any country, it must be that the original country those people are in has severed them from their natural resources. What do you think is holding up the US dollars? Why do you think they have African bases? And back to name, if you hear the military, this thing, they call AFRICOM, you think that's African Command. But it's not owned by any African nation. It's the US military. They are African units. That's what I call it. And what are they there to do? You think they are there to provide security? If they are there to provide security, why is it that the two corners, the 2 points Boko Haram infiltrates Nigeria from are located near 2 US military bases? Nigerian border with Chad, there is a huge US military base there, yet Boko Haram would drive their military trucks, all these armored tanks, and pass there with no molestation. Nobody will counter them, nobody will do anything. Now, why do you think on the other side, Borno State, there is a US base not far from there? What do you think they are there to do? Do you know the mining that is going on in all those regions? They mine gold, they mine uranium. All those military bases are there to supervise that. We watched, go online and check research. You see the pictures everywhere, videos of US military guarding opium fields in Afghanistan. The way they are guarding the opium fields in Afghanistan is the way they are guarding every other thing. They are guarding around Sambisa Forest and all these places. And you think Nigeria is under the threat of a breakup, yet they are getting loans from these people? Are you seriously kidding me? Once they are giving you that loan, just know it, that they expect something in return, and these people don't put money where they are not going to get something in return. How are they get losses? As long as Buhari and anyone in Asoro, pick anybody, Jonathan or anybody, pick any best Nigerian you think that will rule Nigeria, and Nigeria will be paradise on earth. Pick any of them. As long as their government keep allowing these people to take your resources, my brother, my sister, I tell you, they will never break up that country. So why don't we channel this energy into fighting a local battle first? Let us have one purpose. Yeah, we want a good Nigerian. How do you go about it? You have to start from somewhere. And I suggest it's electricity. We start from making them give us power, because if there's electricity, people will build factories. When there are factories, there will be jobs. When people have jobs, they will have savings, have spare. With that spare, they can access information. Information is money. It costs money to read newspaper. It costs money to read books. It costs money to listen to me right now. It costs money for me to broadcast. And this message we are passing there, the average man in the streets don't know it yet. The average man in Nigeria don't know it. They don't. The average person don't know this because they don't have access to this. You have to own a smartphone first. Okay, you have to power your generator. Make sure you have electricity to charge the phone. Then you take care of your kids. Take care of the household expenses. Then buy data with which to come and listen to an idiot like me. You find out that there are lots and lots of things we haven't done which we should start from. I am not against anyone or whatever you're looking for, but please let us be realistic. Let us look at the reality on ground. This money, who is giving us this money? They say it's World Bank. Then before you get money loan from World Bank, the IMF will assess your country. And one of the things they will check is whether your country is corrupt or not. Now, where do you think Nigeria ranks on the corruption scale in the world? With open and blatant corruption going on in Nigeria, yet it's easy for them to access loans of millions and millions of dollars. This one is billions. They know you are not going to use that money to build anything. If they were going to use that money to build bridges, roads, power plants, and all that, you will repay that money in 4 years. But look at the other time. Look at the other time. They said that they forgave us, that Paris Debt Club forgave us. How much did they say they forgive us? Now check how much they gave us at the initial loan. At the end of the day, find out that the interest you will pay in that loan over 10 years would outweigh the original loan you collected by a factor of 10 to 1. And as they are depreciating your currency, they're not going to charge you at the old rate. No, you have to pay at the new rate. And mind you, $100 of 2014 is about $220 of today. Now you factor in this thing together, you understand why we call that debt slavery. A lot of people do call that debt slavery, but they don't know what that means exactly. They don't know what it actually means. Now, why would these people be enslaving a country and spending their money on a country that will break up tomorrow? Now, who is going to sign that your independence? Before you become a country, you must have foreign trade, right? Then who are you going to trade with? Any currency they don't approve, you can't use it. Why do you think they have this central banking system? Who created the central banking system? Who says what your currency is worth and what it's not? And the currency you tied your money to, what is it tied to in return? Nothing. The US dollar is backed up by nothing, not gold, not oil, not. That's why you see companies like Boeing, Raytheon, Aerodynamics, General Electric. That's why you see them as showing their muscles everywhere around the world. And as I'm talking to you now, you dare not, you would insult the president of Nigeria and go free, but you can't insult the CEO of Boeing and go scot-free. It can't happen. Those are the people that own all these things. They are the people that determines which country go. I heard that my brother Mayagu, I wanted to come on his program yesterday, but he said he couldn't take a call. He talked about the independence of Eritrea. Guess what? Eritrea was given independence to antagonize Ethiopia because Ethiopia wasn't a Western client state. At the height of the Cold War, Ethiopia was on the side of the Soviets. Wait, let me call one of our brothers. Yeah, this is our brother, Vincent. Let me call him to give us his own insight because he's very knowledgeable on geopolitics. Believe me. He knows his onions on this issue. I would like to give him like 30 minutes to speak to us. Let us hear from other angles for you to understand how the system is and why it's difficult for Nigeria to break up. Forget what any other person is telling you. Let me call him now. Hello, my brother. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How's everything?
Very fine. Please see if you can speak up a little bit because your voice is a bit low. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm just following you, and honestly, you're doing a very good job.
Thank you, bro.
But this is what I have to say.
Okay.
What I have to say.
Okay.
Some of this information is not for public consumption.
Yes.
Because already history was taken away from our curriculum when we were growing up.
Yes.
So even as people will look at you like you are just making noise, because it is not something that their reasoning have not gotten to that extent.
Of course.
That point. But let me just we can look at this about succession of Biafra or Tudor. Some people also are using it as another religion to enrich themselves. There is nothing like Biafra coming anytime, and there is nothing like Ojudua coming anytime. And the people often use Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Agado as an example. It is not the same thing. First, Nigeria Constitution doesn't even have anything like a referendum in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those lawmakers have to first of all make a provision for that, which they are not yet ready to do. And you cannot have a state or a nation of your own without first of all have autonomy.
Yes.
Autonomy has to run for at least 10 years to prove to your neighbor that if you are given a state, that both sides can afford to live in coexistence in peace. There's another way to achieve that independence. Freedom doesn't come by free.
It's not
it's
free.
Always by force.
Yes.
And the people in South East Nigeria are not yet ready for that kind of thing. They don't have the morale
and the means
to do that right now.
And the means.
Because they are not organized. And in the Southwest, there was never a time the colonial master believed that the Westerners, the Southwest, can even manage themselves. When they were leaving Nigeria, they handed over Nigeria to Fulani man and Igbo man because they know that these are the only people who can do their bidding. Now, Awolowo then was just a finance minister. Let's set that record straight.
Yeah.
He was not even in the part of main decision makers.
Yes.
Zik there and Tafawa Balewa was people who were running affairs of Nigeria. Yeah. And there was a reason for that. Okay, now, people always agitate because they look at the plight of the people and know that when they ignite them, people will come out. People will always come out.
Of course.
But they don't have a very strong foundation. It becomes an opportunity for them to make their money.
And be politically relevant.
Yes. If Biafra is a threat to Nigeria, that would have been a big threat to Britain. And they will not allow the leadership of Biafras to live in Britain.
Of course.
They would have sent them out. Or even hand them over to the Nigerian government.
Yes.
But also, they are using it against Nigeria, like, to get them whatever they want.
Of course.
To get whatever they want.
You mean like they could use them as a threat if they want to get anything from Nigerian government? If Nigerian government refuse, they are likely to tell them, okay, we will arm these people to get their independence, right? Is that what you mean?
Of course, yes. It's a politics.
Okay.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Biafra is serving British interest. All this Biafra struggle through it's serving British interest. It's like when Nigeria were asked to pay about $250 million as part of the PNID fee, the maybe legal fee or something. To start making, and once they'll start talking about it in their parliament, putting like fear or threat on these people. So that's why they quickly pay. It's a business.
Yeah.
So it's like Britain is the one managing the two organizations because they know they're not going anywhere.
They play both sides.
Not that idea that yes, that the freedom is coming, independence is coming, Yoruba will go, Igbo will go, it's not coming anytime soon. Because America has invested over $1 trillion in that region of Niger Delta.
Yeah.
And it's a long-term investment. Whatever affects Nigeria now will affect global energy market.
Of course.
And the world is just coming out of recession that happened in 2007 and 2008. The whole world has not fully recovered.
Wait. Do you know, brother, hold on. Stop saying that we came out from that recession. Because there is one going right now that right now they are not meeting in. The US Federal Reserve is pumping in at least $90 billion overnight to the banks just to make sure the banks remain open. But our so-called financial analysts and experts are not saying this. It's already happening. If you remember 3 months, 4 months ago, the thing on the Western media is recession coming. And why it is not open like this is because Donald Trump threatened not to bail out any bank and nationalize the Federal Reserve. That's why they are not printing free money to make sure their banks remain open. Now imagine what will happen if energy prices just increase by 10% only. Imagine what they are going to face.
Exactly. Two most strategic and the most important location now in this planet oil is the best aviation produce the fuel.
Yeah.
That's jet fuel.
Jet one.
Okay? Iran. The reason why Iran has not been attacked is because of this Horn of Hormuz.
Yes, Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz.
Yes, Strait of Hormuz. So Nigeria and Iran, the world cannot afford to allow any crisis to spill out at this moment that the world is going through economic crisis.
Yes.
But they are trying to manage the crisis. So let people forget about Nigeria's succession or any kind of independence. It is not possible. One, Igbo people are not organized. They don't even have a boundary. If you ask them where is the Biafra, they don't know where the Biafra starts and where the Biafra ends.
Hold on, my brother. 1 minute, my brother. Please, everyone watching now, the YouTube channel is Mazi Chukwuka Kizorom. I will share the YouTube link right now on my Facebook. We are ending this thing on Facebook right now because I don't want to lose my videos. I'm not going to rely on Facebook. I'm going to end the Facebook stream right now. Then we move on to YouTube. Everybody, please use a moment, go to YouTube, check Mazi Chukwukachi Zorom, or you wait right now. I'm going to share the link on my Facebook profile. I'm going to end this Facebook this thing right now. Please move to YouTube, and when you get there, please help us subscribe. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers within before the month ends, so we can be broadcasting on mobile. Please, I'm sorry, it's not because I want to punish people or make them waste their data. No, it's just for this information to not get lost. So we are moving to YouTube right now. Please, see you on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. My brother, carry on.
Okay, if you like, we can continue on the YouTube. And the two, Nigeria, another thing that I want to say is this. Another thing I want to say is this.
Yes.
Nigerian government don't even have money to even create another state.
Yes.
It's not money now because
yeah.
You don't just create a state. You need to build this institution. You need to create central bank. You need to print the currency. You need to get command centers for the army and the institutions like that. So it is something that has to be planned. All those things has to be put in place before someone even thinks about having a nation. So Biafra is not coming, Oduduwa is not coming. We might continue the conversation if you want on YouTube.
No, we already continue. Go on. We are live. People are live there already.
Okay. So maybe if you have another question, you can ask me. Let me not just continue talking like.
No, I wanted to give you time. Like now, do you think are there projects you think these people have in Nigeria, specific projects you think? I myself, I know some. Are there specific projects that were completed, maybe give it in the last 2 years till now, that you think these people are not going to let go down that way? And if Nigeria was actually going to break up, why would they be spending such money? Go on.
First of all, the project in my mind now is this new gas exploration plant they have built in Ohaji Egbema in Imo State.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the biggest exploration plant in Africa. The old one was in Algeria.
Yeah.
So the one in Ohaji Egbema is the biggest. And now, so, and doing that business, it was more easier for them to deal with these Hausa people or Fulani people.
Yes.
To get okay?
Yes.
Now, look, any day the West, America or Britain allow like Biafra to go, their interest is gone in Nigeria.
Of course.
Because if Rwanda will start proving some sense to them,
yeah.
Even we start coming with greed, with a lot of demands. Outside people are not making any demand. Just give them money to bezel, give them money to satisfy themselves.
It's not even in their land. It's not even in their land.
Yeah. So they lose not to East and outside people, they are just protecting the interest of the West. That's why they always want them dead.
Yes.
Okay? So now, look at Excavos in the Delta State.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the biggest offshore site in the whole world.
Platform, yes.
So now, if that Excavos, if that fall in the hands of Igbo people, the Western interest is cut off.
Yes.
Because every day, Nigeria is losing about 400,000 barrels of oil on theft.
Chai.
Since 1958 till today, every day you hear that Nigeria produced 2 million barrels of oil. Every day. So imagine that the country is not growing. Every year is 2 million barrels.
Every year they keep giving us 2 million barrels.
Yeah, but in the resources, over 400, minimum of 400 to 500,000 barrels of oil is Nigeria is losing.
Of course.
Every day, not one to sometimes, every day.
Yes.
It's minimum of 100,000 barrels. And who are those making it possible? It is those Hausa people in the Navy.
Yes.
Those Hausa people in the Air Force. Those are Hausa people that man and they have the control of that military bases and the naval bases in that region. So for that, it is more easier to work with them than trying to establish another relationship with any other person.
Yes.
So Nigeria is going, there might be something like a separation or succession in the next 50 years. Because Nigeria only have now 37 years. Nigeria only now have 37 more years.
I don't believe it. You know why I don't believe it?
Nigeria will not.
Brother, do you know why I don't believe it?
No, tell me.
Because they keep seeing new oil wells. In fact, in Edo State, in Benin currently, a man was in his house. All of a sudden, he started seeing black liquid pumping from the ground in his own home. Crude oil, Brent crude, started pumping from the ground. We've not even explored any damn thing. You see, now, do you think that oil will be in Niger Republic and Chad, and somehow they will tell us that they did oil exploration in the north and couldn't find one? Then all of a sudden, when Rwanda used their plane to find out that they have this, there's this infrared, this thing they are using. I don't know the name of the technology. You just have to fly a helicopter over your country and it will detect every damn thing that is about, I think it's about 200,000 feet below. You will detect it. Then Nigeria started saying that the one man wanted to bring that thing to go to the north. All of a sudden, they discovered oil in the north. Are you telling my brother? I refuse to buy that thing that Nigerian oil has 39 years. I refuse to buy it.
Anyway, there won't be any time Nigeria will run out of oil.
It's not possible.
Okay? But the fact is this. They might not be in a commercial level like as it is today. Okay? That's what we mean by 37 years. Because why I'm trying to believe it to some degree or to some extent is this. All the countries that found this OPEC, like Indonesia, okay, they are now struggling to meet their own energy demand within themselves. Some have even started pouring oil. Indonesia was one of the biggest oil producers in the world. Do you know that?
Brother, but you know, in case of Indonesia, the Indonesian oil, all of them don't even belong to Indonesia, just like Nigerian oil. Mind you that those Western corporations, they have percentage of oil they are shipping from Indonesia. So if the one they left for the Indonesians is not enough for them, they themselves are not going to say, okay, let's from our own cut and give these people anything. What Indonesia is suffering is not lack of oil. It's lack of oil that belongs to them. That's why, even, mind you, they've not even touched Papua New Guinea, West Papua. And that is the reason you have all this genocide, because they want to wipe all those people out from their land. Do you get me? So when you go to
other countries like Myanmar, okay, go ahead. Myanmar, those countries started OPEC. If you go back, they find out that. So go and look at the oil output right now, and then you find out that there is some level of truth to that. Nigeria oil will, production will reduce in the next. It's not that it's going to stop, but when the production goes low, what they do, they leave the place and go to where the oil is booming. That is how.
I know that of course it will the quantity will go down, but there is no evidence. There is no evidence pointing Nigerian oil will even mind you, they've been saying this thing from the 80s. They've been saying these things from the 80s. We passed the 90s till 2000, nothing happened. 2010, nothing happened. We are almost 20 years into this new century, and it has not stopped. Instead, we are seeing more. And let's even forget about crude oil. What about natural gas? What is the quote? Remember that this war in Syria is about natural gas. So all this loan is not just about this thing. We've not talked about mining. We've not talked about mining, lithium, cobalt, uranium. All these things, they are mining on every corner of Nigeria. So let us not just focus on only the oil, because that crude oil is not even the main thing in vogue right now. There are electric cars.
Look, when it comes to mining, Kogi State have about 32 different types of mineral resources, earth materials. Okay, now that's the only thing. When it's come to that, that is only when they will start thinking of dividing Nigeria, because there is more mining
in the north
or earth materials in the north than is in the south. Okay?
Yes, of course.
Now, Niger State and the Kogi State, and again, the uranium, the one used to power nuclear power plant, it's in Niger and the Maiduguri.
Yes.
And the Maiduguri.
Yeah.
That is what Boko Haram has been using to finance their war. But people don't want to say it.
Of course.
And inside that Boko Haram camp, experts said that they have airstrip where French aircraft lands and they take off all the time. And the world biggest uranium trader is called Areva.
Yeah.
Areva.
Yeah.
It's Areva France.
Yeah.
Areva France is the one. In fact, they're the one who is managing Boko Haram. Let me just put it. Anytime you hear lawmakers saying that international community is complicit in Boko Haram, in fact, they are pointing their finger to this company called Areva.
Brother, mind you, yes. Areva Global is not doing that all by themselves. Areva, remember, they have all these people. Is now a globalized corporation. When you look back behind Areva and the front, you see a French flag. But when you look back, you see the same Europeans that divided Africa. There is no single Western corporation that is not owned by the same people that divided Africa at the Berlin Conference. Why they are not, and after the Second World War, they realized that if they keep fighting these wars, all of them will lose. Because after every war, the people keep getting idea as to what was happening under the table, the behind the curtain intrigues. Now they found out that both sides are fighting for different things altogether. Why they send their people to die for nothing? That was why there is this unwritten agreement between them, among them, that if you are getting this from there, this person will get his cut, that person will get his cut, the other person will get his cut. So Areva, you are saying, is not only in there.
That's true.
So Areva is not just a French interest they are protecting. Why do you think they have the European Union?
No, I know it's a European interest. They're protecting European interest.
Yes.
And going back to history, German was the one who colonized Cameroon, and they sold them to France.
Yes.
And the part of it to Britain.
Yes.
So now Britain hand over entire Cameroon to French government in exchange for this
Adamawa, Maiduguri and Co.
Yes, because those people are called Kanuri.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even part of Nigeria until in fact, Northeast Nigeria.
Yes.
Almost all this Northeast Nigeria joined Nigeria just a few years ago. But many people doesn't know that.
Yes.
What Boko Haram is fighting for is that they want to go back to where they are coming from. Let's make it true. All this they are saying that Boko Haram is fighting against Western education. It is not true.
It's a lie.
Boko Haram is fighting for independence. That's why they are conquering territory. And if you look at the territory they are conquering, they are not going to the northwest to capture Zamfara. They are not trying to capture Kastina. They are not trying to capture Kaduna. They are only trying to capture Yobe, Adamawa, those Meduguri, all those areas that fall into Kanuri.
Yes.
Okay? That is what they are fighting for. And the Nigerian government knows what is happening, but they don't want to tell the general public.
No, of course.
And the Western country knows what is happening. Those people in their mind, they have not fully believed that they are Nigerians.
Of course, they never called themselves Nigerians. And you know, these guys, the El Kanemis, from the moment the El Kanemi people invaded northern Nigeria and took over that place, they believe that every other person there is subordinate to them. The only people they were respecting those days were the Benin Kingdom, the Benis, because those people couldn't allow them. Those people, they took land from even the Benin. You know, remember the Benin Empire stretched almost to when you look at the map of northern Nigeria. See, I'm not talking about Benin, but that one is just western side now. I'm talking about the northern Benin Empire stretched to almost 65% of northern Nigeria of today. Now they fought. People think that the last fight was fought in Auchi. You know that the fight didn't start there. The last fight may have taken place there, but the fight started deep into the northern part. If you're going from Benin, so those people from
the
day one.
The fight has always, and it was fight between the Kanuri and the Benin Kingdom.
Of course.
It was fight. So after now, many Nigerians doesn't know the difference between Hausa and the Kanuri.
Of course.
That is my annoyance.
Yeah.
So that's why in the beginning of this topic, I said some of this information is not for public consumption because no one taught anybody anything. We are like blind when it comes to history.
Yes.
So the thing there, and what I want to say before I leave you is this. I feel sorry for most of our people in Nigeria, especially these people. I don't want to use that word of poor because everybody is poor.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever met his
target.
Solve his problem. Let me just put it that. Yes. So, but I see some of these Okada riders and the KK operators, all these tricycle operators, KK Maro. When they bring them issue of freedom and you see them jumping up, standing against Nigerian police that has AK-47 in their hand. Either they get killed or they get arrested and thrown in a prison in Port Harcourt or elsewhere in Nigeria, all in the name that they want to get the freedom. And the people sending them are living somewhere in Europe. Okay, now, and even when any one of them, maybe, for example, when Nnamdi Kanu was caught or arrested, the British government were taking care of their family in London. Then, those Okada riders, when they take you, nobody's taking care of your family. Your wife will start crying.
But brother, please, before I let you go, hold on. Does the Israeli government strike you like a country that wants the breakup of Nigeria?
This issue, on this question now, I don't know how to answer you. Why should Israel want to have anybody get a state when Israel is preventing Palestine to have their own state?
Okay.
People should think that Israel do not want Palestine to become a full state. One thing I like about Israel, one thing I like about them, I like them as people because they don't take nonsense. When I mean they don't take nonsense, the world knows that they're out for business.
Mm-hmm.
Israel are out for business. Now, let me tell you one thing that will shock you about Nigeria and the Israel. Buhari government in 2015 hired one Israeli company they called Erbil. The Erbil was hired to monitor the activities of Southeast and South online to censor the internet. So I'm giving the name of them, and they are getting paid $40 million to just monitor activities of people in the Southeast and the South. And some people are just internet censorship.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Israel and the Nigerian government are now about to sign $250 million contract to patrol the waterways. Okay, that is true. Now, there is an Israeli company they call Trevi Foundation.
Yeah.
In Lagos. That Trevi Foundation is one of the foundation specialists in Nigeria. They are making too much money from Nigeria. And none of these organizations that I just mentioned now have a single office in the Southeast or South.
Yes.
All their business is within Abuja and the Lagos. Okay, now, do you want them to lose their business interest because somebody is agitating somewhere?
No.
That have nothing. You see, if you ask Igbo people now, show us one thing we can take and help fight for you. They don't have anything to present because everything has been taken over by the people, all these big guys from the north.
Yes.
Now, all these people calling for independence, they don't control oil in their backyard. They don't control oil in oil site in Imo State. They don't control one in Abia State. They just newly discover oil in Enugu State. Now, none of these people pays attention to that. They are living abroad and talking about freedom, marginalization. Whereby they don't even have control of anything. Look, anybody who really wants independence, the first thing the person needs to ask for is resources control.
Of course.
It is when you start controlling your resources, you cannot use what you have to negotiate. You don't get anything from the West without presenting something to them. Anytime the West want to go to war, to fight for anybody, they always sit down and analyze
the only free thing they gave us was the Bible. Is the Bible. Apart from that, there is nothing free from those people.
But they bring it to us, we pay. Okay, the Bible you are talking about now, and if you want us to talk about that, go to the back of the Bible. If you go to the back of the Bible, you find out that it have a copyright back of that. A black man cannot produce that Bible. No black printing press, no black printing office can print the Bible. It have a copyright owner. The Bible have copyright owner.
Word of God, though. Word of God, though.
Word of God. So now, because they know that if black people start printing it, they start selling it among themselves, they will stop making money. Often now, the same people who gave you the Bible are making hell of money. And recently they said they need to make some amendment in the Bible. So the other old one, they will discard it. People will start buying new Bible.
Yeah.
So it is not even free. So the Bible is not even free. So nothing is free. So the earlier we wake up to the reality, either play along with them, which is the only way. You see, we have been captured. We are like slaves. So until we come back, like, say, this is the problem we have. We know that this is our problem. We want you to really, in genuine way, help us solve this problem. This is what we are giving you in return. Okay? Then you will see changes. You will start seeing changes. But all this thing we are doing now, we are just making noise. People are just benefiting from it, telling you about how they are marginalizing you, telling you story of what happened in 1960, in 1970, how people move from one place to another, how Zik do this, how they, all those things are rubbish. All those things are rubbish. So the fact is that nobody is coming to help us because we are not ready to help ourselves. We are not even ready at all to help ourselves. We don't have the control of our resources. So until we start controlling that resources, we will start using it as a bargaining tool. Look at what is happening in Turkey and in Kurdish Iraq. A woman went to France to meet with the French president. He said to the French president, come and take our oil, save us from Turkey. Because we know that the reason Turkey is fighting us is because of our oil. Turkey is not fighting because we are terrorists or we have a rebel. Turkey is fighting because they want to take over our oil. Instead of allowing Turkey to take over this oil, you come and take the oil and the protector.
But
do you know that now the French government has started supporting the Kurdish rebel?
Let me tell you why Turkey don't want. Turkey, remember that the Turkish government, the Turkish president and the Assad, they were not friends. They were never friends even before the war. Even during the war, the Turkey was for the ouster of Assad. Erdogan called for Assad to leave office. But what is happening in northern Syria is this. Turkey has a very large Kurdish population. The Kurdish people you are seeing, when you go back into history, most of the Kurdish people you are seeing are Europeans. They were Europeans that came to the Middle East long time ago. This is more than, let's say, 4,000 years ago. So they stayed in that region. The Israelis want to use them to create the Greater Israel project. That's why they want the destruction of any strong sovereign country around them. Iraq, all these people, and Syria. Now, Turkey knows that if northern Syria falls into the hand of the Kurdish people, the Kurdish are sponsored by the Israelis. Now, if it falls, there is no guarantee that they won't encroach into Turkey. And when you look the Greater Israel project map, it takes some lands of Turkey. And those lands are Erzurum, from Erzurum down to Syria. All those places were the places that the Westerners gave to the Armenians before. You know, people talk about the Armenian genocide without knowing the true story of what happened. In fact, it was even the Kurdish that mostly genocided the Armenians to take over that land. Now they want their own independent state. And Turkey knows that that independent state is going to be a client state of Israel. They will use it as a launching pad against Turkey. That's why Erdogan don't want any Kurdish regional autonomy in that area. So those people is another form of propaganda on itself, because this is a very large, these cases you're seeing, like the way Nigerian case is complicated, is the way that one is complicated too. Those people know that you can entice the West with oil resources. That's why they are playing it. Okay, come take our oil. Meanwhile, France will be telling them, there are people that they want to save the Kurdish civilians. Save me, spare me that. When did they start caring about civilians? If they cared about civilians, wouldn't they be caring about what's happening in Nigeria since 2006? How many people did Obasanjo kill? How many Mazob guys did Obasanjo kill? Are you hearing that in the news? We hear about International Criminal Court. Why is Obasanjo not facing the International Criminal Court for his crimes in Odi, in Zakibiam, in Onisha, and the entire Southeast? So as long as they are going to get this, they will keep playing their secret games and letting us wallow in ignorance while we think there's another thing. So my brother, just take 3 minutes and round up. Now let me provide my own solution, because a lot of people are asking questions on YouTube here.
What? Okay. Well, no problem. It's going to be a continuous discussion. Let me just leave it like this for now. Maybe another time we continue from where we stop, and we also make some research and find out what is going on around the world. So it is a very good one, and thank you for offering me your time and the platform to speak.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate your coming in. It's not everybody that will bring that time. You spent more than 30 minutes here educating us, enlightening us. A lot of people have heard from you things they've not heard from me or anyone else. Please, brothers, his brothers and sisters, his Facebook name is Ndubisi Vincent. Go to Facebook. You see Ndubisi Vincent is my friend. You see I'm a mutual friend with him. He is very knowledgeable in this issue, and I want to do an Igbo broadcast, an Igbo version of this thing, but mostly on Facebook this evening. I will do an Igbo version of it, and I hope he will find time to come on Facebook this evening and tell. We have many things to bring out. We have been having a conversation with him for a long time. From the moment I met him, he has been blowing my mind, like he's blowing your minds right now. So, my brother, once more, I thank you so much. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. So, my brother, you see, there are a lot of people who know how to save our people, but they just don't have the platform. The information you are getting here, you can't get it on your TV. No news media will tell you this. So let's see what the solution is now. As people, as Nigerians, no single region will do it on their own. Let me tell you, your political elite, they just know that no breakup is going to come, but they want to make do with what they have, what they can lay their hand on, because they believe that the safety of them and their family comes first. Those people have no relation to the homeland. You see the way you are attached to your homeland, your ruling class don't care. That's why their children will stay abroad for 40 years, 50 years and not bother going home. This is how they too are. The only time they come back is when they want to bury them. So what are we going to do now? We have to start educating our people. This is not the time to fight because we are not ready for the fight. It's time to educate our people, and you form a front. You can write to the Council of Foreign Relations, to the Chatham House. These are the people ruling Nigeria. These are the people controlling the foreign policy of the Western government that are holding us. You make them understand that, see, we are no longer praying for any Messiah to come. If you people, as you can see, the class you put in government are not doing anything, it's time to give us power. Let these people go. We are not going to disrupt your this thing, but let those ones that are for us go into working for the people. You form a front. Discard the entire political class. Let there be a political movement, and by a political movement, I don't mean a political party. We form a movement that in Borno State, you may support APC. In Imo State, you may support PDP. In Benin, you may support AAC. It has to be an ideological movement that will, do you know that we can actually primary a governor? Do you know that all these governors that win primaries, what are they winning for? Money. But when you have a political front that educates the masses and everything, tell them that it's actually easy to protect your vote. Your vote can actually count if you want it to. You stop playing politics as a team sport. You write to these people, write them, tell them this is what we want. Any call for breakup, they will call you, they will call it a seditious act. They will charge you for sedition. Now, what are you going to do? You use their own law against them. And that way they can't do anything. That way they can't do anything. Nigerians in the UK, everybody approach this Chatham House. Start conducting rallies in front of the Chatham House, the Whitehall. Everything. Tell them that you are the people supporting these killers, supporting these evil men. And they will not say it's a Biafra issue. They will say, if it's a Biafra, if only Igbos go there, they will say, hey, they are looking for regional whatever. If only Yorubas go there, they will say it's because they're out of power. If only Jaws go there, they will say it's resource control. But when they see Nigerians, you reach out. That somebody does not agree with you on one issue doesn't mean that you discard that person or disregard whatever else the person is saying. Let me tell you something. In Nigeria, everyone is suffering. I will never swap Imo State, no matter how bad it is, for Kano State. You know why? Imo State, there are more middle class in Imo State than Kano State. There are more middle class in Imo State than Katsina State. Meanwhile, Katsina has produced 2 presidents in my adult lifetime. Yet, what has it given to them? Nothing. Okay, now they are building roads, fine. But look at their people. Are they richer than you? Can you compare the people of Katsina State with people of Anambra State? Only Nnewi, only Nnewi, Alo, and in fact, Anedo, the whole Anedo, has more billionaires than the entire Kano State and Katsina State combined. Quote me anywhere. Quote me anywhere. The thing is, you start from, look, let me tell you, if all of us rise up at the same time, they can't do jack shit. Imagine where we have rallies in the entire 36 states. In the entire 36 states, make it a class war. This is between the rich and the poor, and the rich are the ruling class. You can never have a safe, sound, prosperous country where civil servants and politicians are the richest. No. Who are supposed to be richest people in the society? They are people who work, people who own factories, means of production, industrialists, companies who manufacture something. I can tell you that the richest man in your own state don't even have a single factory where he's employing 30 people. Yes. There is the labor. People who are ready to work, but the work is not there. What are you going to do? Please forget all this. Real history is good. Like Maya Gun said yesterday, don't be a slave to your history. Of course, I know the betrayal Igbo people have faced in Nigeria, both from the Yorubas, from the Hausas, from the Fulanis, from the South even. In fact, the biggest betrayers to the Igbo people are the Southerners. Believe me. The people, Igbo people does business most in Nigeria are the Hausas and the Fulanis. Quote me anywhere. There is no town you will go to in Igbo land, no village you will go to and you wouldn't see riches made from trading in the north. You find out that the needs of the masses are different from the needs of the ruling class. The Igbo ruling class, what's their problem? Igbo presidency. Is Igbo presidency the problem of an average Igbo man? When you don't even look at the post your brothers and sisters have heard before. Now they are accusing people, the northerners, this one built a naval school in his village. The Air Force chief built a naval Air Force school in his village. Your own brother that was a chief of army staff, why didn't he build an army college in your place? Why? Did he want to do it and anyone stopped him? No. Why is there no single international airport in Igbo land? Kema Chikwe was aviation minister. How many of our people have worked in that place? Did they give you anything? They didn't. It starts with telling yourself the truth. I don't care if the governor is from your village. If he's not working, admit that he's not working. We need a real political change. The forces behind these people are not in Nigeria. And those forces, when they know that you will put them under the limelight, they don't want their name mentioned anywhere. Let me tell you. They don't want, see, if Nigerians start occupying the Chatham House, start occupying the Whitehall, you say, go to Washington, D.C., the office of the Council on Foreign Relations, you start pasting these people's names everywhere. Call them out. Call them out. You will see them call these people to order. Look at Buhari is now Obasanjo 2.0, in case you don't know. How many elections has he lost? How many states were PDP controlling under Obasanjo? Now, how many states is APC controlling right now? You people don't even know. They are repeating the same script. They are repeating the same script. And as long as we are bogged down on issues that don't matter to the common man, we are finished. We are done for. It's not going to get any better. The solution is this: political participation. And when you're participating politically, make sure that you have a clear goal of what you want to achieve. And let me tell you, breakup of Nigeria is not going to happen. The only way it happens is if a president gets there and tell all these Western corporations, you see this thing, you are going to start paying us. Why would foreign companies own 50% of our oil? Okay, now they say they want to borrow 20-something billion. Nigerian national debt is 82 billion naira. Now, the people that are controlling that thing, The people that gave you that loan are controlling your resources. Are you telling me that you don't have up to 5 Nigerians that has 20 billion US dollars or 100 billion US dollars that will offset this thing? Okay, how about those Nigerian billionaires? Give them that billion back and they go away. Then the resources you give it to Nigerians. Do you think it will happen? Try it and there will be war in Nigeria the next day. Try it. Please, guys, ask yourself, how much is Dangote really worth? How much are all those military rulers that ruled us really worth? Do you think Dangote is richer than IBB or Obasanjo? Do you actually believe that? But those men will not bring their money and say, okay, let us pay you people off so you will go. No, no. That money is nothing, it's paper. Okay, how about our billionaires contribute money and give it to these people? Then we control the resources those people are controlling. Do you think that they are oil, the money they're making from Nigeria in a single month? Do you know how much these people are taking from Nigeria in a single month? And they are buying it on the cheap. Obasanjo will not want to pay, let me say, this loan that is coming from World Bank. World Bank is not owned by the whole world, please. It's a private corporation. And behind those corporations, when you look there, you will see the same people that divided Africa on a table in 1884-85. They are the same people you will see there. No kidding. These people have no country. They pay no allegiance to no country. They are not aligned to any people. That's why they have all these organizations like the Bilderberg Group, where that Bilderberg Group meeting is 10 times stronger than United Nations General Assembly. Quote me anywhere. Quote me anywhere. Look at the type of people they invite there: the media, the military, defense corporations, the European Central Bank, all the host people, even your finance minister. Do you know that Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala once attended that meeting? Why do you think Nigeria couldn't get hold of Desiani, Alice Madueke? Nigerians everywhere can be using their phones to video her everywhere. She's in supermarket everywhere. Yet the Nigerian people, Nigerian security intelligence that kidnapped Umaru Diko in those days, that kidnapped Umaru Diko somehow cannot kidnap Desiani. Is this what you are telling me? Who are the people behind her? Who are the people behind her? Do you know that? Just ask yourself those questions. Now they dropped the charges. Why? Probably she paid back some of the money. And they've called Buhari and said, oh, you take this now, you go. They gave Nigeria a loan. 2 days later, they said they dropped the case against. Come on, guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Someone like Buhari, now, if he wants to send these people away from Nigeria, he can't. Why? If he does, believe me, you will see armored tanks and spring everywhere, germinating from all parts of Igbo land and Yoruba land. Believe me, they know that you are suffering, but that your suffering is to their gain. Because they will use you as an attack dog to threaten your president. If there is a contract to be awarded to either a Chinese company or an American company, the ones they will let the Chinese company take is the one they don't want. In fact, even those Chinese companies, go back behind them, you find out that there is a Western interest behind it. Take, for instance, in Somalia, who are the people controlling their gas now? Qatar Gas. Qatar Gas is controlled by who? The Rockefellers. The Rockefellers control Qatar Gas. Now you think Qatar is controlling Somalia when Qatar don't even control their own country. Do you know that Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, threatened Qatar because of 1.4 billion US dollars? That, what do you think caused all this invasion they were planning on Qatar? And immediately Qatar brought in Turkey to help them. They tanked the Turkish economy. Lira started going from 3.5 to at a 0.7. As of January this year, $1 was 7.4 lira. At a time it was 7.7 lira. Go, please educate yourselves on these issues. Only us will bring ourselves salvation. That is why we need to preach the message of consciousness. We are talking about unity. Unity does not mean you have to love people before you go along with them. No. You don't really need to like the person. But ask yourself this: what is my problem with this person? When did this start? Who brought it? And what is it going to fetch me now? What if I close ranks and work with this person to get this? We can fight. We can close rank and fight these people. At the end of the day, we can still be enemies. Guess what? You want what's best for your family. Likewise, I want what's best for my family. This is the message we need to give to our people. Looking for Oduduwa Republic will not work. They are not going to give you Biafra. Never. In fact, they would rather give Oduduwa independence 10 times before they give you Biafra. Why? You have a lot of people who know what they know. My brother said, who will preach all this to the core northerners? Why do you think the Islamic classes in the north are strong, but the secular classes are not? There is a reason they keep sending them to all these pilgrimage, all these things. They win the Quran competition, yet to get into federal college, they use 6 points, 12 points out of 400, or how many this out of 250, I think. When it was 100 with 3%, somebody from Zamfara can get into the federal government college. What is the person going to learn there? What's the person going to learn? There is a reason they destroyed education. That is the reason they removed the history. Even your teachers are confused. How are you going to know this? Now, this message you are preaching on YouTube now, I'm not going to do it on Facebook. Why? I don't want to lose my stuff. Even when you are doing it on Facebook, how many people have the money to listen to it? How many people? Ask yourself that question. How many people? I told you they've weaponized poverty. Poverty is a weapon. When you are poor, you are looking for how to make ends meet. That's why when they look at your country, it looks like the economy was getting better, getting next thing, they will tank it. I don't know what you think about Buhari or not, but if you remember when Buhari took office, the first 3 months he took office, people were just mocking the PDP guys, showing their refrigerators that their drinks are frozen, breaking. Everything seemed to be going. All of a sudden, Naira started tanking, and people said, we're under Jonathan. Naira was $1 to this thing. Guess what? What was Naira under IBB? It's lower than under Jonathan. What was Naira under Yaradua? Much lower than Jonathan. What they do is the moment it seems like people are going up, they will destroy it. Now, back home, instead of facing the enemy, we are pointing finger at the other person because the opposition parties will want you to remove this one in power. They are not trying to remove him because they will do a good job. No, they want to remove them and be the servants of the same people. So why don't we just leave this petty politics? What I'm telling you is the new direction we will follow. If you don't follow it, forget it. We will just run around the circle. And when you are running around the circle, my dear, you are making movement without moving forward. You are in motion. You are making motion without movement. You are not moving from point A to point B. It goes back to the same thing. So don't let them fool you. You say, oh, that's why Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Where is the other Chukwu Okike Abiyama other than you? Do you think there is another Chukwu Okike Abiyama than the energy that feeds you, that gives you air? You think a figure will come from anywhere to save you? You will save yourself by yourself. There is no single country that got freedom or independence from any extraterrestrial being. It's not possible. You and I will do it. The words we are saying is magic. That's why when you want to call out something, say spell it, spell. You are casting a spell. All these words, all this information, I'm transferring energy, I'm transferring wisdom to you. Just like this, our brother is transferring to me. You are transferring to me too by the questions you're asking, by the contributions you're making. That's why you shouldn't look at anyone as a leader. Look at someone as the person that is complimenting you. Just like me. Don't look at me as an all-knowing. All these things, 7 years ago, I didn't know them. I didn't know them. You just need to, I was embroiled in this mainstream intelligence. All this while. Until I woke up and started asking questions, doing researches, all these things. This is how you free yourselves. And nothing more. Any other thing any person is telling you is false. Politicians are not there to better your life. They are there to cling to power. And anything that has to do with government is politics. Whether the person is in power or not, is politics. What do you mean? What do you think politics means? It's about drafting policies. It's about how you will be governed. And start seeing government as a group of people, as a gang. That's what it is. Government is not one big gigantic being from out of the planet. Government is you and I. That's why they broke it down, even to the council level. Your councillor takes care of the council and is answerable to the state to the local government chairman. The local government chairman is answerable to the governor. Then when it comes to lawmaking, your council board is subject to the State House of Assembly. Then the State House of Assembly is subject to the federal, which is the lower house, House of Representatives, and the Senate. Judiciary, the same thing. Your village meeting, if they couldn't go to anything, you go to the customary court. From the customary court, if you don't get justice there, you get to the High Court. From the High Court, you go to the Court of Appeal, then Supreme Court. Then this one, councillor, chairman, governor, then is the president. There is no magic to it. There is no magic to it. There is no magic. It's not magical. It is not from outer space. It's human beings like you and I that do this thing, and the policies that are driving us are created by those people. Then we challenge it. Right now, every Nigerian should focus on forcing these people to work. Number one thing you should be calling for is let them give you electricity. Believe me, give Nigeria electricity 25 years from today. In fact, 10 years from today, if there's an electricity everywhere in Nigeria, 10 years from today, they will not even want the dollar to be 300 in Nigeria. Believe me, because it will kill their own economy. That's where you manufacture everything in your home. Imagine having natural resources, the raw materials, then you produce something you want to sell. You are selling it, okay, this wallet. If there is electricity in Nigeria, there are many people in Aba, in northern Nigeria, in all parts of Nigeria that will build this. Imagine you build this and you're selling it for, let me say, 10,000 naira in Nigeria. How much is 10,000 naira in dollars? 30-something dollars. Meanwhile, this wallet, you will buy it over here like $50, $70, $100, depending on the shop you went to. Now, do you think that people will go to Italy to buy this in or Nigeria? That way you will see them, they will force you to make your $1 to $1 to maybe 100 naira. That way they will compete. But if you are not producing, manufacturing anything, in this slight mistake, look at China. If China devalues their money, America will cry. They will start shouting. But Nigeria, they want you to devalue your money. Just understand what's happening. They are forcing Nigeria to devalue the naira to almost 1,000 naira per dollar. And Buhari threatened them with a currency swap with China. In case you don't know, that was why they were even reporting about IPOB and Biafra on Al Jazeera those days. Let me tell you, okay, since they pinned it at 360 and Buhari stopped that currency swap with the Chinese, have you heard anything about IPOB or Biafra on the Western media? Have you? The moment, oh, please, my people, just understand this game. It's an old trick. It's an old trick. So if you're calling for freedom, number one thing you should focus on in Nigeria now is electricity. Believe me, Nigerians in Indonesia, in China, in Vietnam, in Turkey, in USA, they have factories. They have people who can move their factories to Nigeria. Why do you think they are taking resources, raw materials from Nigeria, shipping it to China, to manufacture in China, then sell it to America? Imagine iPhone. Do you know that your smartphones, the things they use to make them, the lithium, the rare earth materials, that iPhone you're buying in Nigeria, iPhone 11, how much is it sold in Nigeria? Do you know that the raw materials used to manufacture that thing could have been mined behind your backyard? Now, if it was manufactured in Nigeria, do you know how much it will be sold? Now, Apple will be forced to bring their company back to Nigeria. Then your engineers will stop working in bank. That's the people that know what they are doing actually. It will open up businesses. It's not going to come from the sky, from heaven, from anywhere. No. It's by people working. How do you help people? Government don't create jobs. Never. The only job government creates is government job, and government relies on taxation and selling of mineral resources to have that money. Now you see why nothing is productive. No angle of Nigeria is productive. Why? The biggest paid people are government people. 13 million naira for a senator for doing what? That paper, that currency is supposed to be a receipt for job done. Now, do you think all those nonsense they are doing there is worth 13 million? We are not talking about the wardrobe allowance and other ones too. Yeah? But if there is electricity, the richest people would be who? Industrialists. People who are manufacturing things. Now, if an industrialist is a billionaire, guess who makes him billionaire? The workers. And the workers will do what? Get paid. Let's say if Apple moves to Nigeria, you see an engineer that is earning 250,000 naira right now. He will start earning like 7 million a month. All those Chinese engineers that are using, they don't come cheap. Believe me, the product may be cheap, but the people manufacturing are not taking cheap money. Why do you think they are moving into robotics? Imagine where they pay an engineer 7 million. What would that engineer do? The engineer will have spare money to buy a land. Now, a poor man who has a land, the real estate value will increase. Now, when they buy the land, the person that sold the land will have money to start his own business. Now, that time he bought the land, he will develop it, right? Then your architect will have jobs. He will employ an architect. Now, if they give an architect 15 million naira to build a house and it will cost him 10 or to 12 million to build, those materials, he's going to buy it from people. The people selling building materials will have money. Now, that person selling building materials will take the money and now buy food for his people, send the kids to school to go learn more. Now, the people sell food will have money too. That is how money goes around. But when it's politicians eating money, selling mineral resources, guy, all those things, the raw materials are moving. They are not even using it to work in your place. That is how your resources is developing Europe and Asia. There is no other way about it. It is just simple. It is very simple. This is how you move people. And when people have jobs, then they will have access to internet, to information. Then they will educate themselves. Let me tell you, your governors know that you don't know what's happening. That's why they keep doing what they are doing. Your governors, your senators, your president, why do you think they have people that read all newspapers, that watch the social media every damn time? Why? Because they need to be getting information on what's going on. Why do you think there will never be a good census in Nigeria? Because if you know the actual number of people you have, then you have data, know how to operate. You will know the actual number of Nigerian youths. Then you know the actual number of people that don't have jobs. Now you know how to tap into them. You know how to target them. That's why you can never have accurate census. Ngozi Amaka said our politicians are wicked. Most of them don't even know. Most of them are seeing it as opportunity to make money. Believe me, some of them that you see that are bad, small time, they will become good is because they hear this message. A lot of them have not heard this message. They don't even know. These people are egomaniacs. And if they know that the best way to boost your ego is to work for people, in fact, to embezzle money. Let me tell you, if I'm the governor of Imo State now, I want to embezzle, I want to make money. I'm not going to touch a single public money. What am I going to do? I will build a power plant. The law in Nigeria is you cannot distribute electricity. It doesn't say you wouldn't generate. Now, I will not sell it. I will put it in one area and build and tell people to go there. You will use this electricity free. You have to build your factory, and 70-75% of people you employ are from this state, and we will give you tax free. What do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? Eh? Factories will move in since you're not going to pay for electricity. Now, all those money, you tell them tax free. They are not going to pay for electricity. Then you give them tax cut. Now, imagine when you are taxing the factories 10-15%. That money they are supposed to be paying for electricity, you are recouping it in tax. Then all the workers will start paying you 5% of their tax money. You have every factory, you make sure you follow everything, write a good tax code. Everything will be online the way they have the bank accounts. What do you call it? All these tax they give you in bank. You tag every single worker. That money will be flowing directly from the employer to your this. So your employer will not have to cheat you. Those people, if they whether they like it or not, before their money go into the account, 5% goes into you. Now imagine the amount of money you will have. Imagine the amount of money you will have to spend. Meanwhile, the place you will site this thing, you will go and use your brother or someone and buy the land from the community. You use someone to buy the land from the community. Pay them, make sure you pay them. In that way, you didn't touch any public funds and you will be stinking rich forever. But they don't know this. You have to know this to do it. You have to know it to do it. He said, ask Innocent what he's going through in Nigeria. The problem of Innocent is with the French government, not in Nigeria. Not a Nigerian problem. The problem with Innocent is the same problem with Alain Onyama. It has nothing to do with Nigeria. Alain Onyama is being pursued by who? It's Boeing. Who are the people pursuing Innocent? Is the Society Generale. Don't you know that Society Generale owns GT Bank? You don't know? You don't know that GT Bank is a French bank? It's Society Generale. Then Society Generale are the people who bailed out Peugeot, the French car companies. Now, Innocent is taking over the entire West African car market, which is the only place they are driving all those French cars. When was the last time you saw a Citroën or a Peugeot or this thing in Nigeria? When? But go to Mali, Burkina Faso, all these Francophone Africans. Sorry for using that word Francophone Africa because there's nothing like a Francophone Africa. All these African countries that speak French. Go there, they are the biggest purchasers of Innocence vehicles. Now the car is stronger and cheaper than French cars. Those people from Mali, go and check how many units of order they are ordering from Mali. That's every motor in every car, every unit of vehicle Innocent sells in those areas is 1 unit of car the French car manufacturers are not selling. The cars are stronger than French cars, the brand new ones. Meanwhile, these people are buying used French cars at a very high price. Now you see a Nigerian car that is as strong, as strong as those ones, or even better, then they'll have to buy it cheaper or at the same price of the old one. Don't you know that people have this sentimental attachment to brand new cars? Now they are buying it. Meanwhile, you that own that thing is banking with a French bank in Nigeria. Don't you think they will destroy you from there? Go and check, please. Broaden your scope of reason. No problem in Nigerian industrialists is, why do you think these people are not building the northerners? Why do you think they are not challenging them in business? They know. They know. Check every northern company you see, they are all working with the French and the British. Only Igbo nwere uche, ị chọrọ ịbịa gwa ha na inwe sense nke ị na-acha ha ihe niile ọkụ ya. This is the problem Innocent is facing, whether he knows it or not. It's the French. Guys, please help me hit the like button. It will help spike the video. The algorithm will bring it at the recommended page. Please help me like this thing, please. Help me like the video right now. At least 22 of you people watching now. If you can like it, it will do a lot to me. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get alerts every time we come, because here we are not posting pictures or anything. And at some point they will stop. When this account gets up, they will stop sending you notifications. Please, thanks guys for we are getting the likes up. Thank you everyone who has liked it so much. I appreciate it so much. It's not easy to come here to listen to me. You could be elsewhere. Believe me, some people, I rub off some people as an egomaniac or megalomaniac idiot. But I appreciate you giving me a listening ear. And as you know, we are building this platform now. We don't want to stay on Facebook because we want thousands of viewers. No. We want to hear this information because I want this to last forever. Future generations will look at this video and say, yes, someone said it before. Most of the things we said 3 years ago are beginning to make sense to some people now. Now imagine the sense it will make 20 years from today. That's why we are here. Please help me like the video, share the stream on Facebook if you can. Please, it doesn't take time. Help me share. Let us bring our people. Tell them we are here. This place, they can't touch us. We know the laws we shouldn't violate on YouTube. And our people will get informed. I don't want all this thing to me, all this information, I already know them. They're in my head. I don't use paper. I don't use anything. Everything I'm saying is here. But a lot of people don't know this thing yet, and they will lose the information. That's why we're here. So what kind of Nigeria stands by and won't support their product 100%? My brother, these people are all puppets, and they don't even know anything. Believe me, a lot. Look at Allen Onyema. EFCC told him to submit his passport. Like, seriously? That goes to show you that Nigerians don't even own Nigeria. Nigerians don't even, they will call Magu. Hey, if he refuses, if he doesn't do that, they will tell him how he's stealing money. Do you think there is any way you move money around the world that these people don't know? Who do you think owns those money? If you think I'm lying, go and steal money from any bank in USA, or you see all these international bank robbers. Why do you think when they steal money in USA, they go to countries like South Africa or those unknown countries to wash the money first? You see all those money, they marked every penny. That number you're seeing, all those, do you know how many security you have in that money? Every money these people are moving, they know who is embezzling money, they know where you're moving it. Open any fake account you like, they know where it's going. Who owns those banks in Cayman Islands they're using? In the Caribbean, who owns those banks? They are not owned by you and I. Those are not Amanduba Community Bank. Those are their own banks, so they know every damn person. They know every damn person. And right now, they don't even need to follow you to your home to get all your details. My brother, you see your phone, somebody will pass you like this, or just spend 4 minutes with him. He will not touch anything. Every data on your phone will be transferred to his. Whether your phone is off or not, remove the battery, all you want. They have all your data or your information. They have every damn thing. You know the technology they call Stingray. They used it to spy on even the American president. The entire calls, messages, voice notes, everything sent around the US state capitol, the Capitol building, the White House, and everything. Everything is databased or so. Now imagine what they are doing to your own people. They know these people. When the master tells you to jump, you have to oblige. The only word that should come out of your mouth is, how high do you want me to jump? That's what they are doing. So most of all these people that are attacking Nigerian countries, not that they want it. Who is Saraki to go to war with Innocent? Who the hell is he? Who is he? It's Society General. And all this information, most of our people don't know it. They don't have it. They don't have it. Those are the traitors we have in Nigeria. And a lot of people are supporting it because they say, hey, he's big man now. No society thrives without big men. Let me tell you, if everybody is poor, you have a very poor country. There will always be a 1% in the world. As long as everybody is not doing the same job and you're not taking the same pay, there will never be equality. Equality is a lie. What you should be pursuing for is equity. Let anyone who wants to make billion make it in a sane way, in a reasonable, in a just way. See the difference here. When government is controlling everything, the 1% will be the bureaucrats, the people in government. But when the businessmen are controlling things, the 1% will be people who manufacture things, people who invent things, the traders, the people who have things to sell. They are the 1%. That was why there was no hunger when your ancestors were living before these people came. Do you think you were given birth, that you were created? The first man came here and met paper money. Even gold you are talking about. When did it become the means of exchange? When did it become money? How did the paper money come? Do you know? My people, these are the things when you look deep into it, then you know how to solve these problems back home. They just want you to focus on all these independence, this and that. This one is from north. This was, my dear, when you are looking down, you are not seeing forward. There is always something behind everything they are telling you. Just have that at the back of your mind, and you will never be a slave to the society. My people, thank you for joining me this morning. It's 10 minutes past 10 here in Istanbul. I hope you have a nice day. Sorry I didn't do the Igbo program I was supposed to do last night. I was so angry. I got some disturbing news relating to business. So that was why I couldn't do it. I couldn't gather myself. That was why I couldn't do it. But I'll try my best and do this program in Igbo in the evening. But I think it will be mostly on Facebook. So this our brother will still come back. Like for my Igbo brothers and sisters, stay tuned this evening. I will make sure I bring him on to talk about it in Igbo language. So we explain everything to our people. And for the non-Igbo speakers, I'm not doing it because I'm a tribalistic person. I'm doing it because I want the message to get through. And there is a very serious problem in my homeland. There is a very serious problem in my nation. And it gives me cause for concern. You will not pay me anything to live in Nigeria right now. Believe me, you will not pay me anything to live in Nigeria right now. And I want to go home. So I'm doing my bit to make sure the place is fine. Then if they do it, fine. If they don't, there is a reason a lot of people are spiriting their people away from Nigeria. Because they've seen the war coming. And when I mean war, it's war of poverty. War of poverty. Just look at what's happening in Owerri the other day, 2 weeks today. They arrested people, 5 people, killed 1 person. How much were they paid? Or 4 people killed 1 person. How much were they paid? 5,000 naira. People are now selling their babies openly. Openly. Selling their children for 100,000, 150,000. Some of them people that need children that take them, others that are all these organ harvesters. You saw the other day a video of people, a flight that was leaving with children at a hangar. Children, they are moving. This thing didn't start today. All these organ transplants, on every minute they are transferring organs to people. Where are they getting those organs from? I think it's organ donors. How many people do you know are organ donors? How many dead people do you know that donated their organs? Yet there is organ transplant everywhere. Look at in the world, in China, in Israel, in South America, in Haiti. But no one talks about the ones in Nigeria. Guys, it's really terrible. Please, once more, I will beg you, if you haven't subscribed, let me subscribe and bring on people. Then we are here right now. We are not going anywhere. The mission must go on. Thanks, guys. Have a nice day.